us right into the recording. So look at us. It's a small group tonight. Erin, good to see your face. And Tara, thank you for getting on. And Amber, great to see you. Valerie, thanks for hopping on. The rest of you, well, most of you, I saw just a little bit ago.
One thing.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry, I'm like a little dark. I'm in a different room tonight, but I'm so glad you opened with that, because honestly, it is crazy. It's so real. Just the feeling of isolation. I mean, I am so thankful that I have this group. Really. I mean, it's like I can't get out to see my usual people and just, you know, just relax and get out there and have drinks and just share. And so, like, to be able to be on with you guys, it's like new faces and new experiences. And I got to tell you, I look forward to this night.
Oh, you're so sweet.
I honestly, I swear to you, I do. And you guys have made like a huge impact in me. And now I'm crying. It's weird.
It's not weird. We do that. We do that around here.
Good. Because I'm so glad to be a part of you guys. And it's just, it's good. I like it. And so thanks for opening with that. And it's a pleasure to be a part of your group.
Oh,
I'm so glad you get on every week. Seriously, like, what if you've only been a consultant a few weeks?
Yeah, just and like three. I mean, I 4. I don't
this
know.
Is like you're meant to be here.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Go ahead.
I don't even know who is speaking. I'm sorry.
Well, I was just going to say, that's what those of us that have been here, that's what we feel when we say Scentsy's more than just this business or this wax or this warmer, or like, it's so much more than that, because it's community. And it's the fact, look at, like, we all haven't been able to be around our normal groups of people or as many people as we normally are around. And so the fact that we at least can check in on Tuesdays, and now I'm going to give you the bad news, Erin, that this is the last Zoom of the year, unfortunately, but that's okay, because it's Christmas week next week, and then everybody will recover that following week, and then we'll get back together the first of the year. But that's what we do here, and that's the best part. We've talked about this the last couple of weeks, you know, is that this is just our culture and our nature, and what you see is what you get, and we welcome everybody. And you know, if you show up, you're part of the family. You become part of the family pretty quickly. You know, when we start to see faces and get to know people, you know, then we, you know, you become part of the family. So we're so glad that you're here, Erin. And yes, it's funny too, because, right, like when you get used to seeing each other's faces. So when somebody's not on, you recognize it. You're like, okay, you start to see the same people that get on every week. And then somebody won't be able to get on. And then you're like, oh, where's this person? Hope everything's okay. Hope they're all right. Hope they're healthy. You know, so it's a cool feeling. A couple things to start off really quickly. Bring Back My Bar ends the 31st of this month. So if you have any customers that purchase Bring Back My Bars and they're loving them, make sure they set up a Scentsy club, help them set up a Scentsy club. And if there's any bars that you want, put them in your Scentsy club before the 31st when they are gone. Don't forget, the 31st of this month is the end of the current incentive period. So check your points, incentive track yourself, and see what you need. You probably, if you're on track for earning, you probably have already been doing that and making sure that you have what you need. Or at least you know what you need. But just a quick reminder, especially when it comes to, and this is an overall reminder, but it especially is important during an incentive period, that if you, let's just say, for instance, I was 100 points away from needing my sponsoring points, and one of my downline frontline was $100 away from promoting to certified consultant. It would be very tempting for me to want to go on her website and place an order for $100 to make her promote to certified consultant so that I would get my points to earn the trip. that is cause for a flag that will cause an incentive audit. And if it is in fact linked back to you, which it would be because I placed the order on that consultant's website to make her promote, I would lose my entire incentive. And wow. So that is considered bonus buying. And it's especially important during incentive periods, but it does apply year round. Anything that's considered bonus buying is when you deliberately do something that causes you to gain a promotion, a bonus, an incentive. So if it was, oh, I'm $300 away from, well, let's not say 300. I'm $1,000 away from promoting in title. I'm just going to go ahead and buy $1,000 worth of products so that I can earn that title. That's considered bonus buying. But it becomes especially important. And I know it gets tempting, especially if it was just 100 points and $100, and it gets very, very tempting. But I will say, don't ever have it tied to you, your shipping address, your credit cards that you use with Scentsy, to make any of those kinds of things happen. So just a reminder on that. Tomorrow, if you didn't see on your news tab, there is going to be a clearance sale. It is technically a flash sale, but they're not calling it a flash sale. It's a clearance sale. There will be products up to 50% off on your website in the clearance section, starting tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern time, 8 a.m. Pacific time. The queue will be activated. So you will go into the queue in order to purchase. So will your customers. Remember, you cannot order on the workstation. This is strictly website, and you will sit in the queue, and then it is in the clearance section of your website, and there will be products while supplies last. And I can tell you pretty confidently, there's not going to be a ton. Because I think Scentsy had mentioned in one of their lives, or Heidi and Orville mentioned, or on some call I was on, they really don't have that much stock to begin with that's left over after a year like this. So, but this will give us a little bit of sale generation after the Christmas cutoff, because as you well know, a lot of times people are like, okay, get my orders in by December 15th and I'm done for the year. Well, that's some people's mentality. That's not my mentality, because as far as I'm concerned, you know what? I've had orders all the way up to December 20th that I've placed that have arrived before Christmas. So,
nice.
Yeah. So you just, I mean, don't quote me. And with the way things are going now, who knows? And if it's FedEx, it might arrive by February, but, anyway, the clearance sale, so you can let your customers know, but also if you do promote the clearance sale at all, let them know they will sit in a queue, because if you don't let customers know that and they get in there, they will back out and think they've done something wrong, or the website's down or whatever. So, okay. Reminder also, the website and workstation will be down for maintenance and updates from 7 a.m. Pacific time on December 19th through 7 a.m. Pacific time, December 20th. I love when I give you guys information and Cassie nods when I'm correct, because then it makes me feel confident I'm delivering all of the proper information. She is like my right hand when it comes to delivering information. But when I see her, she's the first square on the top of my screen. And when I see her do this, I'm like, all right, I've got the info right, because she knows everything. I really should let Cassie do all these announcements. Like, you really should be like the recording secretary for us, because you know everything that goes on. Okay. The last thing I want to call your attention to is transition. Now, on Thursday night this week, those of you that get on Thursday night shift at 8 p.m., you're accustomed to getting on, so you know about this. If you haven't gotten on, we do a bonus Zoom on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern time. It is togetherwescent.com/shift. We'll get you there. But anyway, this week on shift, we will be talking about transition, about organization into the new year for setting yourself up for your business with taxes and just how we close out the year and start the next year fresh, just with our own personal organization tips and things that we do. So, so that'll happen at 8 p.m. on Thursday this week. That's Eastern time. I will post on Together We Scent to remind you on Thursday. And then that will be the last shift call for the year. So tonight is the last team Zoom call for the year. And this Thursday will be the last shift call for the year. Teaser, if you do show up to shift on Thursday night, my group of SSDs that I do shift with have challenged me to come in a full face of makeup, my hair done, and all kinds of. So if you want to see me all gussied up, and I'm going to try to find some.
Are you going to dress up too, like fancy?
No. Come on.
Like
and even if I
stage for Shining Star.
Becker, you got some red lipstick I can borrow?
I don't even want lipstick.
I know. I want to find.
What are we going to dress up as? I'm so excited for this.
You can dress up as anything you want. I think one of the girls said they were going to dress like a guy. I am going to put on full face makeup. Who knows? Heather Gorsuch might come as Santa Claus. We have no idea, but you will not be the only one dressed however you want to dress.
Thursday at what time?
8 p.m. Eastern time.
All right, I'm going to be there. I've never been on a Thursday call, but I'm going to be there.
All right. Well, this will give you your dose before we leave you for 2 weeks.
Yes.
So Thursday will give you your second dose, but shift will be fun on Thursday night. So
awesome.
Anyway, that is the announcements. Anybody have anything they need to announce, want to announce, or Tina, 1 sec? Anything that you've seen or anything that we missed? Tina, go ahead.
I just wanted to comment on like what you guys were saying earlier about the group. And like last week, I was so out of it being tired and stuff like you were talking about. I'm trying to get on Zoom at 10:15 last week. And I said, what happened? Did I miss it or something? And they're like, Tina, it's over, it ended already, remember? And I'm like, oh, crud, it's 10:15. But I hate missing this group too. I hate it. I like being here every week.
I love that.
Whether it's something, I always learn something. I get something out of it every week.
Good.
And I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it wouldn't be, the group wouldn't be the group if there was no group. If there wasn't a bunch of us, this wouldn't be the community that we have. So, okay. So here's how we're going to finish this out tonight. Scentsy put out this deck of cards a couple of years ago, and I picked out some cards and I shuffled them together, and I'm going to ask the question that's on the card. Some of them are business related. Some of them are fun. It's a mixture of both. And instead of reading the question, then calling on somebody, I'm going to call on somebody first, because then it's completely blind. Because you know how sometimes you could read the question and be like, ooh, I know somebody will have a good answer for this. And then you pick that person. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to pick on the person first. And Jackie McManus, you're going to be first. Okay. All right.
I'm scared.
All right. If you could ask Heidi and Orville one thing, what would it be?
I knew that question was coming my way. I had a feeling.
Or if you could tell them, if you could ask or tell Heidi and Orville one thing, what would it be?
Oh, I would tell them, which I kind of already have, so that's kind of cheating, but I would tell them that I'm thankful that Orville took a chance on 2 ladies, walked across the aisle, picked up a thing, didn't know anything about it, and now it's slowly changing my life because they took a leap of faith. I'm actually going to retire from my job next year to take a leap of faith and sell Scentsy full time. So that's what I would tell them. I thank them for paving that path for me.
That's awesome.
Woo!
I love it.
Love it.
Does anybody have anything off the tip of their tongue they would tell or ask Heidi and Orville? Because I don't want a question to pass if you're like, ooh, I got a good answer for that. Okay.
I have some more answers though for some of those other ones.
Okay, you'll have a chance. All right, Christina McGregor, you ready? What compliment do people give you the most?
That I smile a lot.
That you smile a lot? That's
Yeah.
a great compliment. Mary Jane, what compliment do people give you the most?
Say that I'm always there to help them in any situation with their business.
Just with their business? If it's not their business, you're like, see ya.
Oh, no.
I would say the best compliment is you would open your home and make everybody feel, you'd cook for them and make them feel like family and do whatever they needed. You'd make it happen. It's a good
Just to chime in, because she does my hair and I've known her since I was like a little kid. She's definitely like my hairstylist, but also my therapist. So yes, she does give personal advice too. Just wanted to put that in there. It's not just business advice.
I thought that was you, but I was like, well, maybe I.
Yeah, I'm driving, and so it's so dark. So I just turn my camera off because
no, I know, but it says
point in
Lewis.
looking like I'm sitting in a dark room.
It says Lewis. It doesn't say Amy, but I was like, I wonder if that's Amy.
I know my hubby's working from home now, so he uses the same Zoom as me, and instead of having to change the name every time,
now I know.
He just made it Lewis. That way, it doesn't matter.
I love it. Valerie, what compliment do people give you the most? You have to unmute.
Am I unmuted?
You're unmuted.
Okay. I don't know. Shoot. What do you I have no idea.
She's gonna phone a friend. She's surveying the audience.
I don't know. I don't know. They say I'm caring, I guess.
Okay. That's a great compliment. Isn't it funny when you have to think about it for yourself? It's hard. That's why I picked this one. Because you get to compliment yourself by saying what people compliment you. Come on, Rachel, tell me. What compliment do people give you the most? Mm-hmm.
I was trying to think. I feel like they'd say, I don't know if it's a compliment, but that I'm loud, I'm energetic, I talk a lot. I don't know if that's like a compliment, but
that is a compliment.
It is a compliment.
For sure. I love that.
That I'm like kind of, I know like as a teacher, I'm, parents tell me that, I'm empathetic, that they know that they can like trust to come to me and like they'll get something taken care of. So yeah.
See? Love it. Thank you. Okay. Here we go, Amber. What is your favorite and most successful way to instill Scentsy spirit in other Scentsy consultants or new team members?
Encouraging them. I just love to give encouraging words. Yeah. Something just like, hey, you've got this. I know it's tough. Just being like, hey, I've been there too. And you can do this and you can rock this.
I love it. Awesome. Thank you. Nicole, what's your favorite and most successful way to instill Scentsy spirit in other consultants or in new team members?
That's me, huh? No other Nicole is there.
Nope.
So this might be a compliment too, but they often tell me I'm a cheerleader. Like I'm just constantly like, even though for myself, the glass isn't always half full, when I'm dealing with everyone else, the glass is half full, silver lining is always there. I try to help them find the positive of every situation and flip it around and play devil's advocate, and help them and help them find the spark within themselves, like without telling them they're finding it, just be spoon feeding them by accident sometimes.
All right, cheerleader. Anybody else? Instilling Scentsy spirit. All right. Cassie, what are your top 3 Scentsy recognition ideas?
Top 3 Scentsy recognition ideas?
Or 3 Scentsy recognition ideas.
Giving shout outs to team members for being active each month is something that I try to do for my girls. Complimenting them, you know, like, oh goodness.
No, you're good. You're good.
Shout outs too for promoting that, you know, them promotions, or, you know, congratulating them on team members on, you know, growing their teams, things like that.
Texting little happy quotes or way to goes.
Yes. You know, I like button, showing support.
Showing support and nodding. That is Cassie. Other recognition. What recognition have you gotten that you love?
Oh, I love Melissa Happy Mail.
I know. And don't worry, that's going to pick back up after the new year. Don't worry. I got us through the summer, and then it's going to pick back up heavy at the beginning of the year. So just letting you know.
Like a snowman heavy?
Snowman. Isn't he so cute? He's so cute. All right. Other what do you like to be, how did I ask that? What recognition do you like? How did I ask that before? You know how I asked it. I'm not going to try to say it again.
What three things?
No, I know what the question was, but what recognition do you like? So Cassie said my Happy Mail, but like what means something to you? What do you enjoy? Jeannie.
When you tagged me on Facebook for becoming director, and it wasn't just Together We Scent, I think you tagged me on your personal page. I was like, oh my God, I made it.
You're so cute.
But that's what, because then it was like, it showed my friends and family that, you know, I was being recognized for something I was working so hard for. So that to me was huge. And then Cassie saying I got recognized on other pages, I didn't even know. But I think that, you know, you shouting us out.
Janie.
I like when my customers recognize that I give the service as fast as possible. Turn around, like I try to get that delivery, and I usually get it the same day or maybe the next day. Sometimes I've done it in a couple of hours, and they just can't believe it, and they recognize that, and they really appreciate it.
Love it. Erin.
I just want to say, period, that I think that this group is recognizing women. And honestly, finally, it seems like this year we've gone like volumes to see so many things that are happening with God, I don't even want to like pounce on it because I don't know what's acceptable here, but like just women, let's just say we recognize women, and I'm so proud of it. And I think that we all are here to empower each other. And I'm so proud of that. And let's just be happy for and support each other for that, because things are changing, and fuck yeah for that. Sorry. But it's so good. I'm so happy for it because I have 5 daughters, and I gotta tell you, I have such a array of things going on in my life with my daughters are, you know, liking other girls and things like that. So I'm so supportive, and I love it. I love it all, and I'm supportive, and I'm happy to be here. So
yay, good.
I love your contagious enthusiasm.
Amen.
It's great.
Thank you, guys.
It's great. Okay. Jackie McManus, I'm picking on you again because I want you to answer this question. How would you describe Scentsy to a 5-year-old?
Oh my God, I was hoping you would tell. Okay, so first of all, I'd say, okay, so you know this little animal that I sleep with, it smells so good. And so you can buy the Scentsy Buddy, your mom and dad could get it for you, and you put scent in their butt, and it smells yummy. And then you keep it, and then when you're feeling sad, you hold it and you snuggle it. It's the best.
So you would go to a 5-year-old, you would just go the buddy angle. See, that's not something I thought of. Instantly, yep. I'm trying to describe wax and warmers to a 5-year-old. He goes right to putting the scent in the butt. She's speaking 5-year-old language. That is perfect.
Fantastic.
I love that. Thank you.
Because it's happened.
I love it.
I've sold scent buddies because of telling them it goes in their butt.
Love it. All right, Wendy Weeks, who's been the biggest inspiration in your life?
You.
No, not me. Biggest inspiration in your whole life.
Melissa, you have to understand, you're younger than me. And I just went back and there was a video of 7 years ago when you were in your house and you were in your office and then you took us on a tour to see the wall. And just to see you grow and your family grow, and
you're so cute.
And it's just, I don't know, just to watch you and to think of, I mean, I can tell you, I remember it used to be Spring Sprint down in Dearborn, and you're standing there at the podium, and my niece was actually a member and her friend, and you're speaking about the income and about the starting of one and then building your team, and I can still visualize that in a huge way. Or the moment when I seen your van, your Scentsy mobile for the first time, and I look back on those pictures and it's like, oh my gosh, how my life has grown so much because of you guys. And then the Scentsy buddy incident that I was telling you about, I messaged her because I'm friends with her, and she sends me a video of how her son is screaming, "No, you're not taking this unicorn from me." And he's throwing a fit. 19 months old.
I didn't pick that question nor you for that answer. I just need that to be clear. I didn't plan for that, but thank you.
Yeah.
Becker, do you want a different question?
Yeah, because I would say you too.
I love her.
I love you too, Erin.
Can we just do that in unison, all of us,
you.
all at once?
Thank you. You guys are so great. I swear. Okay, I'll be quiet.
Okay, who wants this question? What is one of the things you would put on your bucket list?
Well, my bucket list was going to New York for my 40th, and we see what happened.
So
it's still dangling in the bucket.
Because you just had to get a bigger bucket. It's just
I gotta put a mask on and go in the bucket.
Maybe if we're lucky.
Jackie.
Okay. I didn't know if you were gonna pick on me. No, my bucket list, SSD and being asked to speak at Scentsy events.
That will come sooner than you want.
Great bucket list.
Think.
Your bucket list also doesn't have to be Scentsy related. I just want to let you know.
No, and going to Disney World.
Just go.
No, it's canceled.
Isn't
that what Tanya Harding said, or what was her name, Nancy Kerrigan? After she won something, she was going to Disney World. Sorry, you guys are too young.
That's dating.
You're too young.
Weren't you just there?
No, it got canceled. I didn't get to go. I work in healthcare. And I thought my dad was going to want to see me for Christmas, and now I don't get to see any of my family. Yeah.
Oh, got it.
Do we need to have a Scentsy family Christmas Zoom?
Well, not Zoom. I need to see people in person so I can hug somebody.
Oh.
Not just my Scentsy buddies.
All right, bucket list. What's on your bucket list? Wendy.
I want to actually use my scuba certification and actually scuba dive in the ocean with sea turtles.
That's an excellent bucket list item.
Because I have my certification, I've just never used it because when we were supposed to go, it got canceled because of storms. And that's
awesome.
My kid is like, that was 20 years ago.
Fun fact, my friend, my parents own a scuba store. And I've been on many scuba trips. So if you have questions,
well, now see, you two have a connection that you can talk about.
Yes, but I can talk to you about some locations.
That's awesome.
Well, we were going in March, and we had a excursion all planned, and then our cruise got canceled. So we've done yeah.
That would be a good question. What of yours this year has been canceled? Except that would be
everything.
Soccer, my 50th birthday. I turned 50 and it got canceled.
Everything.
All right. Name 3 things that contributed to your highest sales PRV.
Sharing.
Erin.
I'm going to just say right out front, Debbie Kuna. I don't think she's even on here tonight.
She was on just a little bit ago, but I think her internet crashed.
Oh, yeah, that happens. I know. She's a teacher to one of my kids, but Debbie Kuna for sure. This woman is, oh my God, so much to me. I met her because she was my first kid's teacher, then my second kid's teacher, now my third child's teacher. Wow. And I've been with her through her divorce and that a-hole and everything that she has actually been through. And I'm sorry, I know, God, sorry. Guys are dicks. But anyway, she is just an amazing female to me. And I've always bought Scentsy from her. I've been a big purchaser of it. I love it. But then she came out and said, hey, I need one person for my team. And this is what I'm looking for. And I'm like, I'm your girl. And she's why. She's my why. And anytime I can empower a woman, here I am.
Love it. Okay. Where were we? What 3 things that contributed to your highest? Sorry, I started because we're getting kind of, I don't want to keep you too much longer. So
I'll say referrals. Like
good.
Referrals, people just word of mouthing is like amazing because that just keeps snowballing to other people, and that's what helps me a lot.
Yeah, and referrals are the best compliments.
Amen.
The best. If somebody will refer you to their circle, that's a big deal.
Your live videos.
Live videos.
Live videos help, and just being authentic.
I'll share something real quick.
Please.
I have found that the most success I ever have, either with recruiting or PRV, is when I literally just like throw it all out on the line and completely go way outside my comfort zone. And it's almost like a game to me sometimes, like how far out of that zone can I actually get? And then I get to where I think I can't go any further, and I take it another step further and just keep riding that wave of discomfort. And big things usually happen when I do that.
Love it.
3 things that have helped my sales. Definitely getting on the Zoom, because I told, and I'm just being transparent and honest, that in the beginning I used to tell Mary Jane that I was too busy to get on Zoom. And that's because like we get our 2 big kids on Tuesday nights, which is why I'm driving. We just went and got our Christmas pictures done. But anyway, we get our big kids on Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock, and then they used to go home Wednesday morning. And so I was like, I don't want to sacrifice an hour of my time from my kids. But when I like got my head out of my, you know what, and I was like, yes, I can sacrifice an hour of my time on myself and my business. I have learned tremendous amount of things on here that I have applied to my business. And even just as little as like when we used to share like what's working for us, like and going and applying it to our business. Also, working my VIP page, I again told Mary Jane, I'm not like the easiest downline. Let me just put it like that. But I told Mary Jane, I was like, nobody comments on my VIP post. So what is the point? And she was like, no, you still need to post because you'll boost your algorithms and it will eventually, you're going to get, you know, people to comment and engage. And sure as shit, I did. So that was good too. She like really stays on me, hence why I got my sales up. And then the last, but definitely not least, I think that this has been probably the most helpful with my sales is consistently doing a Scentsy bingo, not worrying about if I have a hostess or not, hosting it myself. I used to do them in my house, and now I do them on Zoom, and I wouldn't say my sales are worse. They're probably better because a lot of people that weren't able to make it to my house now can get on Zoom, and they look forward to it, especially because like a lot of people have said today, they haven't been able to, get out and see friends. So it's like they're one thing a month that they look forward to. And it's really increased my sales. Like if, somebody's only going to get 2 bars, they end up getting 3, or vice versa. If they are going to get 4 or 5, they end up getting 6. Cause I tell them about, buy 5, get 1 free instead of just showing them to my website. So it's, gotten me to be more like communicating with my customers, and therefore like I end up upselling. So anyway, God, I'm like so long-winded.
No,
those are my
I love
3
it.
things.
No, I love it, but because that truly is one of the key things. What you do consistently, no matter the result, will get you results over time. What you do consistently, whether it's being consistent posting on Facebook, being consistent on your VIP page, being consistent hosting a monthly bingo, being consistent with whatever it is, even if you don't get a result 1 time or 2 times, still continuing to do it consistently over the long run will get you the results. So I love that you said that, Amy. Thank you. Becker, Scentsy's fulfilling in these 3 ways.
Fulfilling. It's something I never knew I needed.
The product or the business?
All of it.
Okay.
Product meaning I had small kids at home and I didn't want the flame anymore. So I was like, oh, this stuff exists. And then the business, it's hard to call it a business because I feel like it's more, I keep using this word home. It's that feel home moment or, moments, or just fills my life with positive and not the negative. Because I could go there, I could have gone there today. I'm like, oh, gotta stay positive. And then I had this call. So I was like, oh, I gotta. So yes, it was I don't know if it's 3, but it fills up a lot because it's something I never knew I needed.
Andrea Hatch. Turn your camera back on, fool. Scentsy's fulfilling in these 3 ways.
Oh my goodness. Friendships, future, like it's given me a future, lifelong friendships, a stable future, and just a lot of happiness. Like I love what I do. I was explaining the products to somebody the other day, and they said, wow, you really like what you do. And I said, yeah, this gives me such joy. And so it brings me such happiness in my life.
I love it. Yeah. Neither of them said first money. Isn't that funny? Like sometimes I forget when it's payday. I'll look at my email and be, oh, it's payday. We get paid to have this much fun. How awesome is this? Wait, you said something else. I don't remember. All right, who wants to answer that? One more person answer that. It's fulfilling in these 3 ways. Go.
I'll go.
Thank you.
It's fulfilling because how can I say it? It gives me a place of belonging because I don't feel like I belong anywhere, but with this group, I feel like I belong somewhere. And so it gives me a lot of joy and belonging, a lot of emotions that fulfills a lot of things in my life that have been missing.
I love that so much.
I love coming here because of that. And it has helped my business a lot just by being here on Zoom. Mary Jane helped me a lot in the beginning, telling, encouraging me, just keep plugging away, Tina. Eventually it's going to take time. You just got to be consistent. And so then that helps me share that with my team, and seeing my niece just skyrocket and do so well. And she was only going to do it for 4 months. That was it. Yeah. Here it is, a year and a half later, and she's done almost $1,000 a couple of times. So
awesome. Thank you. I love that. It's fulfilling because it's the sense of belonging. I love it. Thank you. That's kind of the same. I knew I would be successful at Scentsy when.
I'll go.
Go in.
So in the beginning of my business, I told Mary Jane, I said, there's no way I can do this. I've tried other direct sales and they just haven't worked, and it's just not going to work out. And she's like, don't worry about it. I'll come and do your first party for you. And so I'm like, okay, what do I have to lose? I'll have some people over, and a worst case scenario, if nobody buys the stuff, at least we got to hang out and have fun. Right. And it was $1,000 party. And I've consistently done, and I'm not trying to brag, so please don't take this the wrong way, but I've consistently done over $1,000 bingo parties since. And I feel like if I didn't have that running start, that I just wouldn't have had the faith in myself that I would be successful. But I give Mary Jane all of the credit in the beginning, because I was not confident in myself that I would be able to do this. And so it was that moment after that first party, it solidified okay, I can do this, because she literally showed me the ropes. And that says a lot about a person to come over for free. I didn't pay her. She came over on her own time to set me up for success. So just shout out to her.
I love it.
Thank you.
I'll just say it instead of typing. If you want to know how to do a bingo party, search it on Together We Scent. Mary Jane did a live bingo party on our page. Gosh, it was probably 2 years ago now, but it is on there. So if you search bingo on Together We Scent, Mary Jane's live will be there.
I didn't know that. Is that the one? Is that when I came to your house?
Yeah, and you did it for years.
I think that's a lot longer than 2 years.
Was it?
Oh, I'll have to watch
maybe
that.
3 years.
I think.
We did a team bingo too. We did a bingo on the Zoom call.
We did.
That was a year ago. That wasn't that long ago.
Yeah. So
this was a live one. I went to Melissa's. That's when Joy was there, and I didn't realize that I was going to be doing this live until that day of. And she said, "Okay, so now what do I need to have?" And I said, "Well, what do you mean?" She goes, "Because this is going to be a real one."
Yeah.
I go, "A real one?" She goes, "Yeah." My first thing I said, "Do you have prizes for these people?" She goes, "Yes, I do."
Let's see. So, I'm looking.
I didn't know that.
There it is. There it is. It's the live. It is.
When was it?
3 years ago, June 4th, 2017. It was a team meeting, and Mary Jane conducted. And sorry, it's a live. It looks like this. There's a bunch of water bottles.
You can tag me in that so I can find it tonight.
Yes, I can.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Me, please.
Well, you know what? I'll tag Christina. It's going to bump it to the top of the page. So go put yourself tagged in it. Okay. It just bumped it to the top of Together We Scent.
I want to watch it.
I know, right?
So there you go. See, that was one of the reasons to get on tonight. If nothing else, yep. Bingo. You know, I knew I would
no
be.
No pun intended. You're like, bingo.
Yeah, bingo. I knew I would be successful at Scentsy when I was going to quit after 6 months. I never intended to do it longer than 6 months. And I made director in August of my first year. And I joined in February. I made director in August. And I was like, I think I could be successful at this. And it took, but I was going to quit. I was going to quit. I had no intention whatsoever of doing anything with this business. I had never attended a home party, hosted a home party, nothing. Like I was not the party girl. And I'd never done direct sales before. And I just, I didn't, the starter kit showed up and I see both of your hands. The starter kit showed up and the scent testers came. And in fact, this is what the scent testers looked like when my starter kit came. So, and actually, you know, what's so crazy? The fragrance oil has warped the plastic in this tester. So it looks like it looks totally janky. But this was still one of my favorite scents when I started, bergamot and tarragon. And it still smells really good. But anyway, this is what the testers look like. And I had no idea what I was going to do with these. And mind you, could you imagine hauling 80 of these around? They were so heavy and big. And I will go on record and tell you that the only thing I did with these for like the first 3 months of being a Scentsy consultant was, in order to learn the scents, we would play drinking games with them. So my friends would come over and we would sit outside, and it was me and Autumn against them. And they would put it under my nose. And if I got it right, they had to drink. And if I got it wrong, I had to drink. And that's what I did with my Scentsy testers for like the first 3 months. Now, mind you, I wasn't just sitting back only playing drinking games with my testers. I actually was selling. Like, I earned Sensational Start level 2. I was into it. Like, I loved my Scentsy. I loved it going in my house. I thought everybody around me needed it. Like, but it was so new back then. In 2008, nobody knew what it was. So it kind of was like this slow start kind of thing. Like, it wasn't like people were calling me out of the blue to just get Scentsy, because nobody knew what Scentsy was. And back then we didn't use Facebook. So everything was very grassroots, like pound the pavement, word of mouth, like putting the testers under people's noses. So for my first 3 months, I was selling to anybody because I was really excited about the product, but I didn't even treat it like a business. I treated it like this fun thing that I did, that on Friday nights, you know, we would learn the scents and, you know, have some cocktails. So, but I knew I'd be successful when I made director, and I was like, man, that I made director by giving this like 70%. If I took it up to like 110%, what would happen? And if it doesn't work, at least I will know I gave it my all, and I won't have any regrets when I walk away. And by giving it 110%, I promoted to superstar director 1 year later. So it was, this is the best thing I ever did. Best chance I ever took, best unknowing. You know, I had no intentions of doing anything big. Nobody ever made it big in direct sales, right? That was my perception. Nobody ever made it. Nobody ever was able to have that as a full-time income. And now it's, wouldn't want to be anywhere else. Okay, I saw Mary Jane and Wendy.
I just started out too with the same exact thing. I wanted my wax. When I wanted it, I was tired of trying to get it, and people would say, oh, I'm putting in an order in a week or two, or not answer their phone, or I don't do it anymore. And then I just thought, you know, so when I saw the van with Melissa, I thought, okay, she'll be doing it for sure, because she has that van. I thought she earned the van, but she had it personally painted. So then when that van pulled up in my driveway, I said, now I've got the connection. I'll always get my sugar. So she brought it, and I instantly had a party right there, because I had some girls over, and I had a party, and she says, you know what this is, what? And I go, what? She goes, it's a party. You just now got your 6-pack of sugar for free and a half off. I go, I did? So she said, you know, and I knew right then what she was going to say. I said, no, I don't want any of that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to sell it. I sold my shop. I'm trying to retire slowly, or take things down a notch. I said, no, I don't really want to do this. Well, then, you know how when you have your first party or two and you start getting this free stuff, you put some orders in. Okay. So Wendy, you'll know what this is. A rollabout. It's a cart that a hairdressers use. They have drawers. And I thought, okay, there's 6 drawers. I said, well, this is kind of cool. I can put my extra wax in here and store it. And then 2 weeks later, I got more wax. Okay, I can put it in here. Wait a minute, there's no more room. Okay, now I need to have like maybe a box in the closet. Then fill this. Next thing you know, it's just multiplying because of all of the free stuff I'm getting. Now I need to change my wax more often. Now I'm going to change it every 2 days. Now I think I'll change it every day because I'm not paying for it. And I thought, this is crazy. And I'm getting a paycheck for this. So the whole thing is mind-boggling because it's not a job. It is, but it's not. Yep. And when people talk to you and they say, oh, you do that, direct sales, I go, oh no, this is a job. This is my job. And I almost get offensive. And I said, what do you do? You know, that's your job. And when I have my team girls say to me, oh, well, you know, I'm going to try to make Zoom, or I'm going to say, wait a minute, this is your job. And I kind of get a little bit like, come on, you guys, this is your job. Mm-hmm. If you were going to Florida or a cruise, you're going to miss that flight. No, you're going to book that flight time into your schedule. Set an alarm, get on Zoom, educate yourself. Lead by example. When you start building a team, is when you're going to start really making some money. And it took me the first 2 years. I didn't do anything. I won 2 trips. I didn't even know how I was doing it because it just happens. Mm-hmm. But then when you put a plan together, the sky is literally the limit. I kept saying the minute I'm going to make X amount of money, I'm going to do that full time and I'm not doing anything else. Well, I have been making that X amount of money, and I just dabble a little bit in hair now, but I'm this close, you know, because I need more time for my Scentsy. I don't have enough time to do it. I could be busy 8 days a week, but there's not 8 days. And I'm not just saying that. I'm being honest.
Yeah. That's the beauty and sorry, Wendy, that's the beauty and the curse of this business, is that because we don't actually physically go into an office and punch in and punch out, you do feel like you could work all the time. And that's what's hard, is because you also have to give yourself permission to have a stop point, or to be, you know, give yourself permission to cut it off, which I have to do. I have to give myself permission, and it's okay. But you know, what's hard is sometimes it's hard to cut it off when you enjoy what you're doing. And so it doesn't feel like work, and it doesn't feel like so that's really hard when you enjoy it, but you also have to be like, okay, it'll be there tomorrow. I can get to it then. Wendy.
Well, and I do remember a comment that you had made about your family telling you, so what are you going to do when this is no longer, you know, when the big like high gets deflated, and you're like, this Scentsy's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
I remember
we've now seen this. So I'm like, what you got? Because we've seen up, we've seen down, we've seen up again. So
yep. And that's the whole thing about you. That's like, friends of ours are like, you've got that phone in your face and da 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 when we're up north camping. And I said, I put it down. I says, but you have to understand. And each time they're saying that, it's like, I have a new family member that I'm trying to help out, or if they have questions, I need to be there to answer them, because this is what's happening right now. And if you enjoy
a blessing and a curse,
you never work a day in your life.
Blessing and a curse.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Oh, you guys, happy Merry Christmas, happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, happy.
Hey, real quick,
yes?
I'm so sorry to cut you off. Happy Hanukkah. I'm sorry. I knew I was going to be successful when you called me, and because I had been doing this little side gig for myself for 4 years before I took it serious. Then I had a couple people join my team, and you called me and you were like, Jack, we need to talk because you can do something with this business. And I was like, I know, but I'm scared. And I haven't looked back. So I just wanted to tell you that. Thank you.
I love it. Oh, thank you. Happy, Merry everything. Enjoy the next 2 weeks. Your business isn't closed. Remember that. Your business isn't closed. We have a clearance sale tomorrow. And if a customer doesn't need it by Christmas, you can still place that order and enjoy the next 2 weeks. And I will see you on the page, and I'll see you all. Well, I'll see you Thursday. I don't have to say goodbye for 2 weeks. I'll see you on Thursday night, 8 p.m. Okay. Thanks for getting on tonight, you guys. Mwah.
Thank you.